We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings, secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, would interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. Ooh, excuse me, I just had a quesadilla from Taco Bell. So, it has been an eventful 2 days so far, and tomorrow is going to be eventful too. I had 3 days off in a row, which at first I was thinking in my head, like, oh no, I need to be working, making extra money, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, the way that everything has turned out has been perfect. So you guys know I had a little bit of car trouble. A couple episodes ago, I mentioned it. But it was yesterday that the day before yesterday. Had a flat tire and the hood won't pop. So took it down to S&S Tire, which is right up the road from me. Got the tire fixed. It was only like $23 because it was just an easy patch job, which is awesome. So that's a blessing. They were not able to fix the hood. They said they're going to call the dealership, the Kia dealership, on Monday. That way they can like get the part and shit and give me a quote on how much it'll cost. So I'm going to wait for a phone call on Monday, but I have my car back, so that's good. So yeah, but I mean, besides the hood, the only thing that I need the hood pop for, like, is because I really want to get an oil change on it, because God knows when was the last time that thing had an oil change. And anytime I get a new car, I automatically just get an oil change, and I just automatically get a tune-up, you know. That way, it's running good, you know. But I'm still able to drive it until I get the hood fixed, because what it is the cable to pop the hood is all messed up. But, yeah, so I'm back to driving again, which is awesome. Got 40 hours next week for work, which is awesome. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Today's 4th of July, 2026. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling like super patriotic, and all that jazz. I talked about it before. The episode was 250th anniversary of America. It was titled something along those lines. 250th birthday, something along those lines. 250th anniversary. I can't recall. You can look it up. I'll link it down below in Spotify if you haven't heard that episode yet. But so what was I saying? Oh, happy 4th of July. I'm still gonna enjoy it though, even though I'm not feeling like super patriotic, and I'm not really proud of what America is doing right now and the state of America. I'm gonna go enjoy fireworks tomorrow with Sam. We had thought about going up to my buddy's house, a dude I'm gonna possibly interview for the podcast. He used to be a pro BMX rider. He's a punk like me, so I thought it'd be an interesting interview, just talking about BMX, his career as a BMX rider, punk rock, that type of shit. It'd be a blue pill episode, but so let's see, those two things. Oh, I've been I had a blast today, man. I had an awesome time today. So I told you guys that me and Sammy had planned on going geocaching. She's like, hey, let's go geocaching soon. And like the stuff happened with the car, but it didn't like inhibit us. So like it was in the shop, and I told her, I was like, so what are we doing today? And she's like, you want to go geocaching? I'm like, sure. I'd never been geocaching. She had never been, so it was both of our first times. It's actually really fucking fun. Like, we did it for about 3 hours, and you would be surprised. Like, I don't know how she does it. She could explain it better than me, but I guess there's a website, a geocaching website. And basically what it is it's like, it reminds me of like a little bit like urban exploration, but it's like a scavenger hunt. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. So like it'll put a pinpoint and tell you the location, and you have to find this secret item in that location. And you're not supposed to take the item with you. You're just supposed to, like, some of them have like a little log that you can like write your name and the day that you found it. So like the first place was like, sadly, I think that because there's party poopers within every community and every style of anything that's fun, like sadly I think a lot of people are removing the items and taking them with them. Whether it's intentional just to be a dick, or they might not know it's like a geocache spot. So like the first one we went to, it said it was under a log, and I found a log, and I was like, here it is, it's got to be here. We couldn't find it. Second one we went to, and by the way, all of these geocache, we went to like 6 of them today, and they were all like around the same location. So I don't know if it's just like one person doing it all, or so the second one we went to was like near this ferry. There's a little park and there's a ferry. I took beautiful pictures the whole time too, because I like doing photography. And we found it, and it had a little log in it, and we signed the log, and it was like hidden inside this like metal art piece, which was kind of cool. It was like a magnet, like a key box. And then we went to the next one. There was like 2 or 3 that we went to where we couldn't find the actual, what we were supposed to be looking for. Like whether it be like, one of them was on a riverbed. And there was a couple trees and shit that like had holes in them. So I put like a bookmark and a conspiracy corner business card in there. I put like my business card at each one of these. So I dropped off like 6 business cards at each one of these geocache locations. So that'll be interesting, especially if it's like somebody who's really into it and they go to all these spots that are super close and they keep finding my card. So the coolest one that we found today was like, it was like off on, right down the road from where we live, and it's like right in front of like an adult daycare center, and you actually have to like go into the woods. So like, I do have to say, like, there was a little bit of paranoia with me of two things that made me kind of paranoid about it today. Was like, one was I was a little scared that like a cop would mess with us, like, what are you all doing in the woods over there, like, I mean, I would explain it, but the cops are weird around here, Cops are weird everywhere, though. I've always heard that phrase. People are like, man, cops are bad around here. I'm like, I hear that every town I'm in. Like, what are you talking about? They're bad everywhere, dude. Because we were, like, going in the woods in the middle of, Nicholasville. Like, it's a bigger city, but we looked like crazy people, but it was fun walking along the side of the highway. Like, so we found one, we had to go through the woods. The second thing that I was freaked out about is like, we covered it a couple times on this channel. The fucking alpha gal syndrome, ticks are really bad right now, and I was like, every now and then I thought something would be crawling on me, and I'm like, fuck, it's a tick, man, because I'm pretty much, for the most part, very like borderline vegetarian. But every now and then, dude, I want some fucking meat, like a good fucking steak, you know. I mean, for the most part though, I'm pretty vegetarian. I'm a very light eater, you know. But it would kill me to get fucking alpha gal. So one of the geocaches we found was like, and it's cool because like on the website, people will put like little hints of what it is, and somebody said, Flash wore sneakers this day and forgot to wear his like superhero boots, you know. And he left them here in the woods, and so we went into the woods and we found this like old sneaker, and there was like the geocache inside of it with a little logbook and stuff. And then another one, like we had to walk all the way along the side of the highway, and this one was like super hard to find. It was literally like, speak of the devil, like I'm playing Zelda second quest right now, Zelda 1, the second quest, which by the way, spoiler, well, not a spoiler alert, but just a little sneak peek of the future. I'm probably going to end up doing a game review on the Zelda 1 second quest for Blue Pill Podcast. And it was like cryptic, like the message on the thing. It was like the 6-seater up, 4 foot in, you know, like it was so crazy next to the radio tower, like. And I don't know how Sammy found it. She was crazier than me. She was actually going up into the woods, and I'm like, you're nuts, man. But she found it. It was pretty fucking cool. So yeah, if you've never done geocaching, do it. It's really fun. Randonautica. The other day I was mentioning that we were going to do this, and I couldn't remember what the other thing was called. It was called Randonautica. But yeah, I think as far as updates, that's about it. I'm going to go see fireworks tomorrow, and I'm glad to have been relaxing and enjoying these days off. It's been so hot to do anything, so I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below. If you want to donate to the channel, I will send you a bumper sticker, and these things are durable as fuck. I've had one on my car. It's been rained on, snowed on, sun beaming down on it. It's held up. My wife has one on a coffee mug. The thing has been washed 1,000 times. It holds up. And you will also get a Conspiracy Corner podcast bookmark. I'll sign the back of it. Unless you don't want me to, you can just message me through Buy Me a Coffee. But it helps the channel, and it helps me get back to where I was before I bought my car financially. So let's get on with the show. I want to get into the whole Venezuelan earthquake stuff, because it's fucking nuts. The world right now is so fucking crazy, and I'm not letting it get me down, but like, we covered the heat waves here and over in France and Germany. Go check those episodes out. But data centers drying up all the water, and in these crazy ass earthquakes, I believe Japan got hit too. It was like a 7 point something. We may do a whole episode just on the earthquake, get into the nitty gritty of it. But apparently after these earthquakes in Venezuela, the sky turned completely fucking red. Which is really bizarre, and I'll show you a picture of it. So before I show you the picture of it though, this reminds me of this childhood memory I had. It was down in Florida. It was Hudson, Florida, Brenda Street. And that was my house that I grew up in. Hell, you guys might even be able to see it if you live around there, you know. It was in Pasco County. So I'll never forget, I was a little kid, and my parents wanted me to take the trash to the road, because we had like half an acre of land, and our driveway was actually pretty long. And they just gave us little chores and stuff, you know, and they're like, hey, take the trash from the side of the house and bring it to the road. Tomorrow's trash day, you know. So I was like, okay. Put my flip-flops on. I'm pulling the trash to the road, and it was insane. The entire sky was fucking pink. And I just remember, like, it felt really weird. Like, the atmosphere felt weird. It didn't feel bad or negative, but it just felt really weird. And it was like, I'm telling you, like, the entire sky was pink. The clouds, there was no blue whatsoever. And people would be like, oh, maybe you were a little kid. Maybe it was just the sunset. No, it wasn't just the sunset. The entire sky was pink. It was the weirdest fucking thing. And this was back in the 90s. 90, yeah, it had to have been either the 90s or like, yeah, it was 90s because I was a little kid. So I like came back in real quick. I'm like, Mom, Dad, look at the sky. The whole sky's pink. And it was really weird from my memory. Like, I think they were just kind of like, yeah, okay. They probably thought that I was seeing like the sunset and just kind of like, yeah, okay. I don't think they understood that I was saying like the entire sky was pink. It's just a random weird little memory that I had, but here's a picture of it, dude. This shit's insane. Little bit of video, man, for you. If these ads would stop popping up. Let's see if we can skip this one. Look at that, though. Damn, what website this is, but it's an ad like every 2 seconds. It's like, okay, I'm not buying your shit. And you guys know me, I'm very interested in covering like weird phenomena and stuff. And so let's hear what it says, though. Days after twin earthquakes struck Venezuela, leaving thousands dead and causing widespread devastation across parts of South America, the South American country, residents in the capital Caracas witnessed the sky turning an eerie blood red. So, I hear like there's a lot of like woo-woo Christians out there. They're like, oh, this is a sign from God and it's the apocalypse and it's the end of time. And first of all, I do feel like it's the apocalypse right now, but this is not the first time that the earth has had an apocalypse. I hate to burst Christians' little bubbles, but the earth is not 4,000 years old. It's older than that, and it's had resets multiple times. Second off, if anything, I don't think it's God. I've already talked tons of times on this channel on how we already know for a fact they can control the weather. Russia, I was telling my wife about it when these earthquakes hit. So we already kidnapped Venezuela's president, which is fucking insane. Trump, supposedly, from what I heard through the grapevine, now I don't know how true this is, but I guess like we had threatened Venezuela with an earthquake, that we like know how we have that technology. And it doesn't sound so far-fetched when you know that like Russia has the technology to create earthquakes. They've actually talked about that what it is they drop a bomb, a nuclear bomb at the very bottom of the ocean floor, and it'll cause an earthquake and cause a tidal wave. So it's literally a tidal wave. You know, like they could, like, let's say they dropped a bomb off of, and I'm not trying to fearmonger, but if what they say is true and it's not saber rattling, if they were to drop a bomb off like the coast of California, in the water, they could cause a tidal wave to destroy like the west coast of America with a tidal wave. So we know that the technology is out there to cause earthquakes. We know that the technology is out there to alter the weather. So I think that this is probably man-made. There is the conspiracy side of me goes, I think we could have caused those earthquakes. You know, I'm just saying, I got a weird feeling about it. I don't think it's God. I don't think it's paranormal. I think it's man-made, and we're fucking around with some technology that we have, because we already fucked around with technology when we kidnapped their president with like the whole fucking, we were hitting them with like some weird cannon type shit that was making their people like puke and bleed out their ears and shit. Like, we have amazing technology. So videos quickly spread over social media showing a burning crimson sky as the sun sank below the horizon, bathing the city in a red glow. It prompted speculation that the spectacle was somehow linked to the recent seismic events, Venezuela's worst earthquake disaster in over a century, with some saying it could be so-called earthquake lights, a rare phenomena that some people believe appears in the sky before, during, or after seismic activity. Interesting. I've never heard of earthquake lights. So, yes, this is a conspiracy channel. You guys know that. I love conspiracy, but I always do try to play devil's advocate and use Occam's razor. If we have time, we'll look into these earthquake lights. So it sounds like there is a plausible, scientific, natural explanation for it. But scientists say there is a much more simple explanation for the vivid sunset, known locally as candelazo. It occurs when the sun's light travels through a thicker layer of the atmosphere, scattering blue and violet wavelengths and allowing the red and orange hues to dominate the sky. So I wonder, this candelazo, I wonder if that's what I seen when I was a kid, but it wasn't red and orange though. This was pink. Well, no, it says violet, blue and violet. I don't know. I wonder if there is like a candelazo that's like pink. This is called Rayleigh scattering, and it is enhanced when there are more particles in the atmosphere, such as dust, smoke, or moisture, which would make sense because they just had these two huge earthquakes, so there would be a shit ton of dust and smoke. Because, I mean, it destroyed... There's thousands of deaths. It destroyed a shit ton. It was like... Both of the earthquakes, I think, were like 7 point something, man. It's like bad shit. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with it. I wanted to do a whole episode on just the earthquake. But I haven't had time. I mean, I think I did pretty good that day. I put out 4 episodes that day. So, but even then, it's like, I can't do this all day. Like, there's a lot of subjects. Hence this gigantic notebook I have of shit that I want to talk about. But there's only so much time in the day. And I try to keep it around 30 minutes because people's attention spans are short. So, if I want to cover a subject, I want to deep dive on it. I don't want to just like glaze over it, you know. Saharan dust particles often cause this to happen when it is carried on the wind across the Atlantic to this part of the world, further intensifying the color of the sunsets in northern South America. The earthquakes, which measured, 7.2 and 7.5. I knew they were in the 7s in magnitude. So I don't think people realize how insane that is. Like, we get earthquakes here. I think the biggest one that I went through, I think it was like a 2, like a 1.9 or a 2, you know? Nothing too crazy, but like, yeah, dude, when you start getting in the realm of like 4 or 5, that's when it's like dangerous as fuck. From my knowledge, you know, I'm not like some expert, but I'm thinking around 4 or 5 I've heard is like pretty bad. So this could have caused more dust particles to be present in the air after the collapse of many buildings. I think there was a historic one that happened in like San Francisco or something, somewhere in California years ago. It was either during the 70s or I think it was like a 7 something, and it fucked shit up. However, geophysicists say there is no scientific evidence linking red sunsets with seismic activity. and science is torn over whether earthquake lights or EQL are even real. Okay, so earthquake lights are a pseudoscience. I'll be damned. And here I was trying to say let's use Occam's razor and play devil's advocate. Mainstream science, they're not even saying that earthquake lights might not even be a real thing. It could be a fucking pseudoscience. So I don't know. All the Christians in the comments section right now. We told you it was God. Jesus is coming back. I hope not. Geophysicists differ on the extent to which they think that individual reports of unusual lighting near the time and epicenter of an earthquake actually represent EQL. I don't know why I keep struggling with that word. The U.S. Geological Survey states on its website, some doubt that any of the reports constitute solid evidence for EQL, whereas others think that at least some of the reports plausibly correspond to EQL, so earthquake lights. Therefore, despite the online speculation, the dramatic sky over Caracas, or Caracas, is simply a natural event and not linked to the earthquakes which were caused by the grinding movement along the boundary between the Caribbean and South American tectonic plates. Okay, I have to disagree with that. I'm sorry. I don't trust the science. I mean, you guys know how I feel about COVID and scientism. Oh, there's actually no comments on this. I was going to read the comments for a little extra content. I think they're related. The red sky and the earthquakes. I mean, there's no fucking way that this place had literally some of the worst earthquakes. Hang on. So you're telling me they had apocalyptic style earthquakes, worst in centuries, it said. Both of them were 7 point something, 7.2, 7.5, I believe it was. And the sky turns red a couple days later, like 2 days afterwards. You're telling me that there's no there's no collaboration there? Like they're not related? I call bullshit. It could be the earthquake lights, even if it is a pseudoscience. You guys know me. I'm like very open-minded. I don't know, the whole thing's just fucking weird. It's very, very symbolic, because when I see red sky, you know, I sound like Legolas on Two Towers. The sky is setting red. Blood has been shed on this night. He says something ridiculous like that. But yeah, dude, it just reminds me of blood, and just, I don't know, it's very symbolic. Like, they just went through this horrible fucking thing, and now the sky is just blood red. It's creepy as fuck. But yeah, like, you guys know me. I'm an occultist. I pray to the creator of all, Hu, H-U. That is my understanding of God. I'm not a Christian. There's some good Christian values, but I always say, man, like I'm that sticker on the back of the car, the coexist one. I'm cool with Christians. I'm cool with witches. I'm cool with Buddhists. I'm cool with Muslims. I'm cool with everybody, you know. You do that voodoo that you do so well. Say a little prayer for Venezuela. Light a little candle. Cast a little spell. Do your little magic fingers. And hey, if you're an atheist or an agnostic, just keep them in your thoughts, you know. Maybe make a small donation or something if you got the money, because I'm sure there's a bunch of, probably, I would imagine, philanthropy, like real, actual philanthropy, not this crazy philanthropy that the elites supposedly do, you know. Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein, we're philanthropists, and it's like, or philanthropists, and it's like, no, you're not. You guys are evil. Literally Dr. Evils, you know. Trying to block out the sun and shit. You're probably the reason why the sky's fucking red. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, we've been covering a lot of weird phenomena like the strawberry moon, the sky turning red, these heat waves. I was not expecting my channel to go so far in this direction this time of year. I figured I'd be covering more data centers and Epstein shit and stuff like that, but and the alien disclosure shit, but it looks like we're kind of covering some like day after tomorrow shit here lately. I wasn't planning on the direction to go that way, but that's what's going on with the world. Love y'all. Happy 4th of July, and I may or may not put out another episode today. Who knows? I'm trying to get back on my third shift schedule of staying up all night because my sleep's been jacked up. So, I may see you again. Love y'all.